to the people watching this and thinking, oh my God, I know exactly who she's talking about. I know exactly who she... Shut the... Hey you guys, so welcome to my channel. It's your girl Jess and I am back with another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys, I'm not going to lie, what could be a little tea. I'm going to tell you the story time of me falling in love with my best friend at the time. So if you're interested in watching, stay tuned. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was supposed to upload this story time last week, but I just have been in low standings with everything that has been going on lately, with losing the lives of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and Tony McDade and so many other Black lives that we've lost just in the past few weeks. It's just really been weighing a lot and taking a toll on me mentally, to see my community under attack. We have been under attack for 400 plus years. And it's just really disheartening to see all of this on social media. It is very triggering. So I urge you guys to make sure that you are taking care of yourself mentally as well. With that being said, because I know there's been a lot of talk, I've heard there be a lot of talk on all of the social medias about this little cute word we love to use, and that's intersectionality, honey. Don't know if you've heard of her, but yes, you can be queer, you can be Black, and you can be other things such, I don't know, as a woman. And all of these things contribute to my identity. So just to name a few people who live their truth that way: James Baldwin, Audre Lorde, Marsha P. Johnson, and so many other giants whose backs and whose shoulders I'm standing on, you're standing on, we're standing on just to be here. So I urge you, make sure you educate yourself, please. Make sure you educate yourself on what's going on. Make sure you educate yourself on our history before you make a statement you may or may not regret. Or before you take action at all. Just make sure that you are very aware of what is going on. Now, for all intensive purposes, we are going to call my best friend at the time G. Because honestly, that's the furthest thing from her name, girl. So we're just going to say she's G. Now, me and G were really, really close friends back in the day. In high school, this is around my junior year. We were pretty close. Things that I liked, she liked to do. We didn't always want to be up in the mix. We didn't always want to be partying and stuff like that. So we kind of just had a kinship that way, and it worked for us. So some kind of way, you know, as time went on, we got closer and closer. Before meeting her, when I was younger, I think that I always knew I kind of had an affinity towards the same sex. I would find myself kind of crushing on girls when I was little, but I grew up in a very, very, very religious household, and I grew up in the church, and as you can imagine, that was not gonna fly, honey. That was not it. They said, no, ma'am, you better not. That's a sin, girl. You better figure it out. And of course, nobody ever knew, but just internalizing that, I was so fearful of even trying it. I just never thought about it again and kind of moved on. And I mean, I dated guys as well. That was disaster after disaster, girl. I just never really felt a real connection with them. So it never ended up working. But fast forward to my junior year, I found somebody who I did have a connection with, and that was my best friend at the time. And, you know, at first I didn't realize I had any romantic feelings for her. We were just always together. We were kind of joined at the hip. And I thought that was, you know, normal best friend relationship. I mean, it is a pretty normal best friend relationship. And, you know, over time, I think that it started with me kind of wanting to be around her more, like closer proximity to her. I would want to, if we're laying down, I would want to kind of be closer to her than, maybe a normal best friend level. Or, I kind of noticed when she was dating other people, I would kind of get like, not necessarily jealous, but I would kind of want my time, and I wouldn't want that to change. I wouldn't want her to kind of spend time with these people as much as she spent time with me. Then it got to the point where I was kind of like jealous, and that's when I knew, like, okay, sis, this might not be a normal feeling that you feel toward your best friend, but again, I kind of held that off. So it got to be one night where she came, or really one day, she came over to my house, and, we were just spending the day together like we normally do. And I guess, I was more, let's say, I just wanted to be in closer proximity than maybe I would be normally. Not in a sexual way, but just like, in an intimate way. Like, I just was on her more than I was normally. And honey, she checked me like a Nike sign. She texted me that night, and she said, girl, I'm be honest with you, I had to ask you a question. And at this point, I already knew what she was gonna ask me. I knew what she was gonna ask me. I knew. I'm like, you're caught. You're caught. So my heart is beating. I am scared out of my freaking mind, because I'm like, what do I do? Do I tell her the truth? Do I lie? Like, because telling her the truth meant so many things, but telling her a lie would also mean I could be missing out, on really taking somebody serious who I could potentially like. Of course, it was the fact that I had never dated another girl, or, never been in a relationship with another girl. So it was that as well. I was just scared in so many ways to even, tackle that. But she ended up asking me the question, do you like me? And I was like, shoot. And y'all know what I did? Do y'all know what I did? I told the truth. Shoot. What y'all thought? I'm a thug. I'm a thug. I told her the truth. I said, yes, I like you. I mean, I don't know really what this means, but honey, I like you more than just a friend. And after that, let's just say things escalated pretty quickly. The rest is history, girl. We won't really get into that. Girl, we fell in love. And, we thought we would have had the typical love story. Oh, my best friend and I fell in love and we'll be together forever, girl. But like Miss Jasmine Sullivan says, forever doesn't last too long. Forever doesn't last too long. But that taught me so many lessons. So I'm forever grateful to her for, just making me comfortable in my queerness. Oh my gosh, like, if it wasn't for falling for her, I would have never decided to come out. I would have never decided to really embrace who I am. If there's some little person, older person, whoever you are, and you're watching this and you're like, I kind of have a feeling, but I don't really want to act on it, or I'm too scared. My advice to you is, if it's not going to hurt you, and you love somebody, go for it. Like, I mean, there's a lot of things that could go wrong, but there's a lot of things that could go right. And at the end of the day, that taught me so many lessons that I still use to this day. So I can't say if I was to do it all again that I would do it any different. Even if it all blew up in my face at the end, like, I wouldn't do it a different way, because I learned the most from loving that person. And just being vulnerable. Honestly, I have no regrets. Now I'm out, honey. I'm queer. I'm Black. I'm a woman. And I live for it all, girl. I live for pride. I live for pride in all instances, you know, in yourself and who you are. And I believe that you should be you out loud no matter what anybody has to say. There will be a lot of people who have a lot of negative things to say sometimes about when you're doing things that you feel is right for yourself, and that's fine. If there's one lesson I learned from being in love with that person, is everybody ain't got to rock with you. Okay, it's a lot of people who claim that they love you, who claim that they support you, but if you're doing something that they don't necessarily agree with, they will drop you like a bad habit, and you got to be okay with that. You got to move on from that, because it's really more of a personal issue for them than it is with you, and you can't internalize that. But yeah, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Now this, I'm gonna warn you, is actually a 2-part story time. There is, of course, me falling in love with her, and then there is me actually coming out to my family. So if you want that story time, please comment that in the description box below, and that might just be the next video I upload for y'all. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and to just say you're beautiful at least 3 times a day, because you are, sweetie. Bye, you guys.